Look at the picture. See the skull. Visible Frankenstein controls. The Brain Thoughts broadcasting radio. The Frankenstein earphone radio. The latest new skull reforming to contain all Frankenstein controls.
Gee, Taylor isn't here, and we are recording. Where could he be?
We need to start have him making appointments to be here on time for this. I feel like this has happened before.
It has happened before, but I always forget what happens directly after it.
I know. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can almost remember. I'm getting deja vu. Something's happening here.
What was that noise?
It sounded like a whistling noise. Is it a Bunny Day balloon? I better pop it and see.
I thought Bunny Day was over!
It's never over.
No!
Hey guys, why are you talking so funny like that?
I don't know.
Oh, you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought you were gone.
This is how we talk when you're not around to cover up. You know, we do these voices.
We're not replicants.
Yes.
Oh my god, you guys, I'm a phantom thief! Woo! Check me the fuck out! What do you think of my persona?
That looks pretty cool.
Check it out! Skunk Ape! Whoosh! I have the abilities of the persona. My element is funky. I poison my enemies and I steal their desires. I am the holder of the arcana, the ape. And you will bow down to my power. Unless, of course, you wish to join me in my phantom thievery. We're going to change the hearts of all those rotten adults.
We are rotten adults.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're 30.
Oh.
Or more.
Something's wrong with my head. I'm sad and I'm going to admit all the bad things I've done now.
He looks normal again, but he smells worse.
It looks like the skunk ape never truly leaves a man.
I'm gonna tell you about. I'm a bad man. I've done a bad thing. Let me tell you about it, Ada.
I'm a bad man, Miss McFarlane.
Ada, when one time that you had that thing in the fridge, I threw it away.
That was reasonable. It was probably moldy.
And you say that Pumpkin keeps leaving poopy all over your apartment, but that's me.
Oh.
I've been doing that. I'm sorry. I think it's funny.
With the help of Cologuard, you've been mailing poop to B. Rice's house.
I'm a bad man.
They got to do something with it. Their labs are closed.
Yeah. We got all this poop.
In order to atone for these sins, I'm going to turn myself into the police. But before then, we might as well get right on through this episode of Frankenstein Control! I've been playing a lot of a particular video game. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, that was a fucking lie.
Well, Persona 5, by the way, so I'm not sure by the time...
Persona 5!
Royal!
Ooh,
Is it Royal or Royale?
It's Royal, or if
With
you're in Japanese, it's the Royal. Persona 5 the Royal. But over here it's just Persona 5 Royal.
They should have called it Persona 5 the King.
Well, I'm glad to have my pronunciation corrected before some smug-ass GameStop employee corrected me and made me feel like a fool.
Oh, man. So, around, last year or so when I got into playing Persona for the first time, I called up a GameStop. This was last year, mind you. I called up a GameStop and I was like, hey, do you guys have a copy of Persona 5? And they're like, oh, no, we're all sold out of that. But hey, maybe you should hang back on buying Persona 5. Persona 5 Royal's right around the corner. And I'm like, oh, is it? And then I immediately just bought a fucking Persona 5 copy on digital. And that man looked a fool because that got delayed again and again and again until just this year. And oh boy, it's so good to be back.
Well, at this point in time when this episode airs, I'm not sure if I'll be done with my Skyrim genocide run, but once I get that sort of out of my system, I'm looking forward to putting Skyrim down for a very long time and playing lots of other video games.
Yeah.
You should. Stop playing Skyrim so much.
I'm going to. Well, see, the thing is that I've always wanted to do a genocide run, and all of my characters that I keep making are failed attempts, and I finally found a character that I'm sticking with. So now once I finish my thought, so to speak, I'll be able to put it down for a very long time. And I'm very much looking forward to experiencing the wider world of games right now. However, the two that I'm most principally interested in, those being Final Fantasy VII Remake and Persona 5 Royal, are a bajillion goddamn dollars on Amazon right now. Because demand has skyrocketed, and my GameStop is shuttered with like the steel shutter down in front of it. And also they're shitty to their employees who are trying to escape from Revere stealing their pants. You'd think a game store would be sympathetic to that, but
just fucking buy digital.
No, because then you gotta fucking download it and you gotta connect to the fucking internet and then you never own it.
Wait, okay, so first off, you gotta download the fucking game anyway. That's just how fucking games work now. You buy the disc, you put it in, what's the first thing you do?
It installs.
But then
you have the disc, and if it fucks up, you can put the disc back in and reinstall it, but you can't do that if you got a digital copy. I don't know how digital copies work. I'm an old man, and I'm suspicious of new technology.
They're tied to your account.
Okay.
So even if your console gets fucked up, and you buy a new one, you can just be like sign in, like, oh, here's your games. And you can download them.
And like buying the disc will take up pretty much the same amount of disk space as just doing a digital download. You'll be fine.
Really, the only disadvantage is that you can't lend it to people.
Oh, okay. Well, I never do that anyway.
It's mine. Your Persona 5 is mine.
So, like, would I be able to sign in on... No, that doesn't... I'm getting way too ahead of myself here. I guess, yeah. So, like, if I have the I'm saying a lot here. Cut this out.
Tech support.
So, like...
Tech support, how can I help you?
One of the things that Lissa and I do, because we're a 2 PS4 household...
One of the things?
One in our room and one in the living room. And
one in the living room.
What the fuck are you doing?
It's tech support, how can I help you?
Oh. Art, what is your name?
My name is Art.
I don't believe your name is Art.
My name is Art Garfunkel.
Is this what you've had to do now because what's his name? Simon stole all your money or whatever?
This may be a hardware issue. That is, there's maybe a software issue. That is not. It does not involve Sony.
Okay, Art Garfunkel.
You may need to seek out a third-party help.
Okay.
That's what you need to do.
What is this bit?
He's just insane.
I don't know. What are you talking about, Art Garfunkel?
That's what Art Garfunkel has to do now for money. No, but I was gonna say, like, we got a PS4 in the living room and PS4 in the bedroom, and we'll switch, games back and forth. And
you got to switch?
If you have a digital copy, so
that's valid.
Something to think about.
But yeah, Persona 5 Royale with cheese. It's pretty good.
Oh God, is it fucking good? It is. Like, if you haven't bought Persona 5 yet, just get Royal. It's way sure, it's full price, but it's worth it. Like, Persona 5 Royal is more than just like a Game of the Year, complete edition. It's way more than that. Like, there's so many changes to the game that it feels fresh again, and it's great. Like, there's more than just new content, like new characters and levels, but just so many changes in quality of life stuff that playing the old version just seems like you're a rube. like I'll see old videos about how stuff used to work, and I'm like, what a sucker! It is great. I fucking love it, and it is... God, is it long? God, it's so fucking long. I love it. I love that it's long, because what a great time what a great time to have a lot of time to waste. But with Revere stealing pants from everybody.
Yeah.
So I had to stay inside a lot, and hey, what better thing to do than waste away getting fat and playing Persona 5 and dating girls way out of my league virtually.
And age range.
That's also true.
Yeah.
There's a character named Oya. And we always, and whenever we meet up, we're like, who should I see today? Should I say Mifune? Should I say Futaba? Oya! Go see Oya! I played it straight first time around. I stuck to one girl. We only date one girl. It's the right thing to do. Don't betray people's trust. That's a bad thing. No, this time around, I am Crump Sweetie, the man who gives pansexual, polyamorous people everywhere a bad name. I'm going to be a huge piece of shit and date everyone, and that is including people who are far above and far below my character's age, and it's awful, and I'm going to be the world's worst boy while also simultaneously saving the world. And it's funny to me, that contrast. It makes me enjoy.
You named your character Crump Sweetie.
I named my character Crump Sweetie.
It got to the point where we were playing as Chad Satan, and it's just like we kept calling him Crump, and they're like, his name is Crump now. We can't see him as anything else.
His name is just Crump.
Crump Sweetie is the funniest possible name you can give to Joker.
Mm-hmm. It's
jeez.
Well, I don't know. My cousin Autumn, she named her character Hot Trash. And that's pretty good. When the teachers are like, Trash Coon, what's the answer to this question?
Trash Coon. Oh, no, that's really fucking funny. I gotta say.
What's the answer to this test question?
Hot Trash is like in the same vein of what I always name my rival in Pokemon.
Dick Soak.
Yeah.
Dick Soaker.
I'm gonna name you Sook. Or Bitch Boy.
I'm gonna name you Robin Hood.
Oh, God.
Oh, my.
The game's great. Go in blind, but also maybe scope a few videos of like things you should probably know before playing Personas, just because there's a lot of mechanics in play.
Watch the Super Butterbuns thing.
That's true. She does it in a way that's very informative and incredibly entertaining.
Yeah.
Super Butterbuns is a YouTuber, and she's fucking hilarious. And also, she does it in a way that is not spoilery, but it's full of references.
Yeah.
So when you get to those points in the game, you'll remember the reference, and it'll be all the more impactful. Because you'll be like, oh, that's what she meant.
That takes skill to do.
It's great. It's really funny. And very helpful. And like I said, the game has a high learning curve, so maybe bone up on some rules. And if you have a friend who's played it, you should contact them and be like, hey, what's up with this? And I'll be like, so...
how do I unlock Morgana's maid outfit?
It's a free DLC. You just gotta go into the front and go into the PlayStation Store. And then you have Morgana's maid outfit, which I have Morgana in all the time because it's funny to dress my cat up like a fetish. It's... dress my cat up.
What did Brian say about?
Oh,
okay. So this, some backstory. Since Taylor is dating every single character that he's allowed to in the game,
ruining as many lives as possible,
and painting Crump Sweetie as his sexual deviant. There's a bit where he's hanging out with Futaba, and Futaba's like, oh, what kind of kinky perverted shit are you into? And Taylor sent me that screenshot. And
oh, God.
I was at work, and I was having none of that. And I just snapped a little, and I just listed every single fetish or paraphilia I could think of at Taylor.
Look up Albert Fish. Everything he liked.
Probably mentally scarring the poor boy.
Which boy?
You.
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty scarred, I gotta say.
He didn't need to know that some of those were things.
I'm pretty sure you were making up some of that shit.
The curry fucking was about the only one I made up.
Curry fucking.
But we told that to Brian that we had that conversation, and he's like, that sounds like somebody's bad fan fiction that somebody wrote about you two. Like it's too out of character.
Persona brings out the best in us.
It's Flanderization of both of us.
It is. That's exactly. Yeah, that is a very good commentary on us. Hold on a second. Oh, thank God.
Better.
Yeah, I feel alive. the light was off, and we were basically in a dark dungeon of sadness. And
More so than we usually are.
And Japanese fetishes, apparently. Now we're in the brightness of day, the purifying light of artificial light bulb. The sun shines on us all. Actually, yesterday, I don't know when this is airing, but like yesterday, goddamn, did you catch that rain?
Yeah, there was like a weird microburst.
Shit was ridiculous. Apparently, a big ass tornado happened southwards. Yeah, it's scary. Scary times we're living in.
I swear that there's some kind of leak somewhere in my room. I can't identify it. This is the second time that I've like found water in places, but it's never like, oh, here's a pool emanating from this area. It's just like, there's water right there in relation to nothing else that could have deposited it there.
Well, I just watched you spill water on Taylor several times while trying to drink out of your own water bottle.
Yeah, but that's not enough water to wet your pants. My pants were not stolen, but they were wet while sitting on my floor. And I put them on to go to work. I'm like, why is my butt wet? Who wet my pants?
That is a very good question to have. I think all of us have asked that at one point or another.
Well, you mentioned that these are scary times, and I actually... oh, God, Taylor, don't do that, man.
I'm sorry.
Well, I actually figured that I can lend a little my own expertise on the subject of things that are morbid and horrifying to relieve some tensions for people, because in the scary times with Ravir stealing people's pants right and left, there's a lot of alarmist imagery and stories going out.
Yeah.
One of the biggest ones that's been making the rounds, at least this week as of this recording, was people being like, oh my God, because New York is particularly hard hit by pants theft.
Yeah.
And
because everyone's so close together that Revere can like take multiple pants from people all at the same time. He just runs through the subway, and now nobody has pants.
He has a very high pickpocketing skill.
Yes. He steals the pockets themselves.
Yes. Well, there's been hugely alarmist, statistics about the number of people who have died in New York. And they have a place in New York called Hart Island, and it is the city's Potter's Field.
The Hart.
Potter's Field being where they bury unidentified bodies. And there's all this, people saying, and because the Cuomo, that he came out and he's like, we're going to have to use, Hart Island because so many people have died.
Perry Cuomo?
No.
Have yourself a merry little.
No, not him. Government's covering up how many people are dying. Like, this is the Stand, and there's they're filling up. A fucking pit with these bodies. Yeah. And, every...
Turns out they were just digging a septic tank.
No. They were real bodies, but every less than reputable news source has just been running with that and being like, you look at these pictures from what we're reduced to now. This is what it's going to be like everywhere, America. And no, I'm going to tell you right now, that's how Hart Island always does it. Because Hart Island does not do individual burials.
Yeah.
They wait until the city's morgues have basically a crop built up of around 150 or so unidentified bodies, Jane Does, unidentified people that they can't get a hold of the families of.
Various clones of myself that we've had to dispose of.
The PC term is dead winos.
Oh my God!
Dear
I can say that because I was a wino. I could just word.
Yeah, you had your hilarious problem.
Yes, and I have the pancreatitis hospitalization to prove it.
Goodness gracious!
They wait until the morgues have a certain number of them because it's not economical to do it one at a time.
Yeah.
And then they talked about or focused on.
Yeah.
And there is a program in place that it works to, if you suspect, they keep pretty diligent records with the coroner's office. So if you suspect somebody that you love may have died and been buried there's a way for them to trace that. Aren't buried there permanently.
Yeah.
There is a system to reunite the remains with their families, but the point is...
so you mean there's some situations where they'll bury a guy and then they'll be like, oh, whoops, and they take him back?
Yeah.
They get returns for that? Yeah. What's the do they get store credit?
I guess so. You can only exchange him for a dead body that's the exact same size.
If you have the receipt, you can get cash, but otherwise it's store credit.
But yeah, that's just what Hard Island always does. So just because you see a giant pile of boxes being stacked in a trench, by no means implies that those are all people who've had their pants stolen by Ravier.
Yeah.
So, like, don't be taken in by that. Don't worry about that. Don't let it scare you, because that's not what that picture is really of.
You know, also in that vein of thought, cell towers don't give you diseases, you fucking idiots. Anyway, that's all I have to say.
5G conspiracy.
Cell towers don't steal your pants.
Yes. Sorry. Cell towers don't. Some people are fucking stupid, man. I will wholeheartedly judge you if you buy into that. You are an idiot in my mind, and it'll be very hard to convince me otherwise that you're not. That I think that I will wish personally that you Revere steals your pants.
Mm-hmm. That, and also the people who refuse to believe that Revere is stealing pants and think that it's all a big hoax and conspiracy.
That too.
And expose themselves and others to pants theft.
But enough about that. Enough about stealing my cousin Travis's cat. We're gonna talk about something else. God damn it, we talked about Animal Crossing last time. We talked a lot about Persona this time. This time, we talk about another video game.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And Doom Eternal last time. This time, we're talking about something that went under the radar for me until just recently.
Lay it on us.
Barbie's horse dream?
Barbie's dream horse, first off. Thank you. Second of all, no. I finally got around to playing Star Wars Jedi.
Ooh, that game, and I really should play that before I focus
You're
on...
really gonna like it, I think, because you're a huge Star Wars geek boy.
Uh-huh.
And the game takes place between episodes 3 and 4.
That's pretty sweet.
And so, like, you start off the game on a planet salvaging Venator class Star Destroyers.
That's pretty sweet.
And like, they talk a lot about Old Republic shit a lot in the game, and like some pretty deep, like really obscure lore stuff starts coming up. And
you're speaking my language.
You're gonna be all over that, B-Right. You're gonna love it. The game, everybody says it's Dark Souls. I disagree. It's more like Sekiro.
But I heard Sekiro was real hard.
That's okay. Unlike those games, there are difficulty settings within Fallen Order to make things a bit easier for people who don't got time for that shit.
Uh-huh.
And, like, yes, I think Dark Souls should have a difficulty changer. Mm-hmm. I would never use it, so I don't care. And I think if you need to feel like you need to dictate how people play video games, you're a loser.
Yeah.
You need to stick your dick in a wood chipper because fuck you.
What about a light socket?
Do that. No, because then you could short out the circuits for your neighbors. You don't want to be a burden on everybody when you go to that big gamer girl pee pool in the sky.
Oh, no!
Fucking have fun there.
Or they bury you in a box on Hard Island.
Well, for those type of people, you go on Fart Island. But yeah, no. The game has difficulty settings. I played on normal the whole time, and the only time I ever got overly frustrated was the final boss of the game, which, admittedly, I will say, not the funnest experience I've ever had playing a video game, but definitely not the worst either. Mm-hmm. The final boss is kind of like... Let's just say it's a huge spike in difficulty from the rest of the game. Mm-hmm. It's just, you finally... The game has 2 major spikes. One, like, on the cusp of the final third of the game, and then it dips down again until you finally get to the last boss, and you're just like, oh my god! What the fuck is this? Where have you been hiding? And it's weird. And, like... Fallen Order is a lot like Sekiro in the respect, too, that you're playing as a character, as a person, a defined character. There's
not one of your own creations.
Yeah, you don't get to create funny Monster Factory type people or anything like that.
Is there a girl version of this character?
No, it's
then
just...
I don't want to play it.
It's just the adventure of... I mean, like, you play Mario.
Yeah, Mario's practically genderless.
I mean, like, there's lots of games that are really good that just have like a fixed gendered protagonist. Like, I fucking loved Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
Then again, I don't have anything against playing female characters.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, I loved Horizon Zero Dawn, and that wouldn't have been the same game.
I mean, yeah,
Halo was
me too. Generally,
yeah.
I'll, like, when I'm playing a game and I have the choice, I will choose the female option just because I like the idea of females going around doing cool shit. It's neat. and kind of, it's you don't see it as often. Well, you see it more often now, which is great, but still, it scratches that itch, and it's good. But, I also don't mind playing as a character if they are a character, just a person. So in this case, I'm all right with it. Although, I could be more all right with it because the main character, he looks like he's got a shoe for a face. And it kind of makes certain scenes awkward. I will say.
Yeah, I didn't really see much of this game. I watched Taylor play a lot of games because I sleep all the time and play handheld games, so I can just be like, I'm going to sleep on your bed and pass out playing Animal Crossing. I watched him play like 20 minutes of this game. Yeah, the guy looks like a dork.
Yeah. Yeah,
he looks like a redheaded stepchild that you want to beat.
Yeah, he does kind of, nothing against people with red hair, obviously. It's just a term.
Yeah.
But, he does have red hair, though. But I've seen mods that turn his... get this. This is how bad it is. I've seen mods that only exist to change his hair color to, brown.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's, that fucking shallow. It doesn't help that he still looks like a foot. No matter what color face is. Yeah, it's just that he's white and he's kind of scrawny and goofy looking, and hey, Mark Hamill, when the first Star Wars movie came around, he's a bit of a dorky boy too.
See, here's the thing about me is I like that. I like when the protagonist that you do cool things as looks like a real... I think the weirder somebody looks, the more like a real person they look.
Yeah.
And I love the opportunity to not play as a slam lamp jaw because I find opposite of that to be more relatable.
Let me be clear. What I don't want is some slam lamp jaw to be the main character or anything. Some Bolt Vanderhuge type person. I'm not looking for that. It's just the guy looks dorky.
Yeah.
And there's just no way around it.
He just looks dumb. I'm sorry.
It also doesn't help that
got a face like a slapdash.
He's surrounded by characters that look cooler than him.
Yeah.
That is my issue.
I heard that your Jedi Master is Deborah Wilson from Mad TV.
She is.
That's pretty cool. That's the first time she's been in anything in 20 years. Deborah Wilson from Mad TV. You'd know her if you saw her.
Yeah.
What does she look like?
She's an African American actress with large eyes. She has very big, expressive eyes.
She doesn't have large eyes so much as she's just really good at making a funny face where she bugs her eyes.
No, she's got big eyes.
Oh, okay.
She's got some big, expressive Betty Boop eyes. They're there. They're out there and they're looking at you.
She was really fun. She was always one of my favorite cast members.
Yes,
I keep calling it SNL on Mad TV. She was
her and Will Sasso were definitely some
she
of
and
the
Will
better
Sasso
parts.
kept that show afloat for longer than it deserved to go on.
Yeah.
Which is one episode. But yeah, no, the game is, despite all the goofy things I've been talking about, the game's really fun. It has this really addictive kind of exploration aspect to it, where throughout the game you learn new cool moves that you can do that are employed both in combat and in exploration. And
quick question before I forget. You mentioned it's a Souls-like to a certain extent. Do you hit checkpoints all the time that make all the fucking stormtroopers respawn immediately?
Yes, but it's interesting. Just sitting at the place won't make the bad guys come back. What will make the bad guys come back is if you sit at the place that either lets you rest, level up, or do something else. I forgot the third option.
Charge your crystal.
No, not charge your crystal. But when you sit down there, just the act of sitting down and maybe you want to level up, that won't make the enemies come back. The only way that the enemies will come back is if you sit there and you rest. It gives you all of your basically Estus flasks back, and all the enemies come back too. So it's kind of cool. The way the level up system of the game is structured, you might actually find yourself going, you know what? Maybe I will tough it out till the next bonfire and just not have all these enemies. But I've also gained enough experience to level up, so I can do that without making everything come back, and it's a big hullabaloo. So that's nice. The game's not perfect, but it is incredibly welcome. In a world where there aren't that many games I look forward to, this was a pleasant surprise. And I guess also it came on the shoulders of, I was really stoked for this game called Enter the Gungeon. And then it was on Steam sale, so I bought it. and it just really was not my cup of tea. And I was disappointed by it, but Fallen Order was also there, so I bought that, and it made me feel a lot better. Oh, the addictive thing about the exploration is that there are chests everywhere, and throughout the game there are a number of worlds that you go to, and you can come back when you have new moves and discover new places, and it's really fun. It captures that aspect of like, ooh, I haven't been here before. And it rewards you. Like every new thing you discover, there's always probably going to be a treasure chest there, and it always has something that is cosmetic, which is great, and that's awesome that all the cosmetic stuff in this game is not fucking DLC.
Microtransactions.
It's in the fucking game.
Yeah.
I
boy.
get lightsaber colors from the game.
They sold you a complete experience.
Exactly.
Can you get a wig? Can you get a wig for your lightsaber?
You can't get a wig for your lightsaber, but you can get different components for your lightsaber to customize
Blade colors
it.
and stuff.
Well, beyond blade colors, like the sleeve, the grip,
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I will
the
admit
emitter,
Ooh,
like
I like
it's.
that.
I knew you'd like that, B-Right.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And you can get all kinds of colors for your poncho.
Oh, that's awesome.
You can-
Oh, that's really
You
awesome.
can get a big old pink poncho and look like a flabbergaster.
There's a game coming out in June, or at least that was when it was scheduled to come out before Revere started stealing pants.
Right.
Called Ghost of, and then it's a long Japanese word that starts with a T. And it looks like it's a samurai game that's an exploration, action adventure game. Takes place on an island in Japan during like the Mongolian invasion of a really long time ago.
Wait, the one that a big old.
I think that one, the tsunami one.
Yeah, big
I think
old
it's-
tsunami, typhoon, that's the word. A big
Yeah.
old typhoon came and fucked them all up.
Yeah, I think that's the invasion that it takes place during. But
Huh.
you're basically like the last living samurai. All of your comrades are dead, and you have to like take this island back from the Mongolians.
You're Tom Cruise?
And it's,
So it's One Piece.
yeah, yeah.
I left it all in one
Hopefully,
piece.
here's hoping that it's not because both Sekiro and Nioh were massive disappointments to me because I don't find either of those gameplay styles fun.
Yeah.
But I crave like hell some samurai action.
Yeah.
And samurai armor and all that fun shit. So hopefully this one don't break my heart.
Your achy breaky heart.
My achy breaky heart.
I'm trying to think of video games that. Oh yeah, after Persona, it's gonna be the Final Fantasy remake. So prepare for a review of that game 3 months after it's relevant because
Yeah.
that's what we do on this show.
I mean, I think by the time you play it, Revere will have stopped stealing pants, or at least will steal less pants.
God, I fucking hope.
well,
yeah.
I mean, like even if less pants start getting stolen, I don't trust nothing anymore.
Yeah.
We're still gonna stay inside as much as possible. Which I mean, let's face
I
it.
do that anyway.
Yeah.
I do that anyway. I
See,
mean,
we're all introverts that love playing games, so really it hasn't really affected us at all.
You mean I have to do the thing I really wanted to anyway?
Yeah.
And now no one will give me shit for it? And
well, now I don't want to anymore.
see, I'm not that way at all. I'm like, fuck yes. Other than the less money thing at work, like thus far, if we get out of this and
Revere stopped stealing
Revere
pants.
stops stealing pants, and I still have a job, and nobody I love has their pants stolen, then I will count myself happy.
Yeah.
I'm actually making more money because
You're getting hazard
the
pay.
company I work for is not the worst company in the world, so they are actually giving us hazard pay.
So I can guiltlessly patronize them for sandwiches and things that I
Still
like.
don't leave your house. Stay at home. You don't want
I wear
Revere
a
stealing
mask.
your pants. Either way, he might steal your pants regardless.
I pretty much only leave to go to the grocery store.
Good.
Or to obtain alcohol, but I can obtain alcohol at the grocery store because this is Virginia where God pays attention.
Oh my god.
Not the blasphemous land of Mary where I left.
Yeah.
I went to a place that wasn't a grocery store yesterday, but it was to buy groceries. I went to a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Because I needed milk. And then I went there and I was like, ooh, ice cream. And now I'm fatter than ever.
You bought your $5 gallon of Gallagher's milk.
Oh, yes.
I did. I bought watermelon milk.
I got a bunch of Ozeki sake, and I drank that shit.
I thought you didn't like Ozeki's.
I like Ozeki.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Sekiro.
You're thinking of Sekiro. Ozeki is the one.
Shadows drink twice.
Ozeki is the one that's named after the second highest sumo rank.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The first one being Yokozuna?
Yokozuna's grand champion. Underneath that is Ozeki.
Oh, okay. Wow. Could you imagine just be like, come on. Do you remember a time when sake used to be sweeter? The times were better. Come by silver medal sake. The second place in your heart. That's the commercial I imagine in Japan. Is that
in like Ozeki is really impressive to reach because reaching Yokozuna is
silver medals are impressive. It's just one of those things that you don't use it for marketing.
But like reaching Yokozuna is like unheard of difficult. So like making Ozeki is usually enough.
Yeah.
So you're Ozeki. Stay thirsty, my friend. Ozekis.
Please open up.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh. Well, I guess they're here for me. I guess they heard about this was a press conference, so I mean, of course we
knew they were coming.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time.
Why did you bar the doors and put spike trap and shotgun traps right in front of the door that you knew the police were going to come through?
Reasons.
Come in.
Now even you know I am a menace. I hand you the secrets to save the entire human race and the entire universe.